We are just on our way to work, so why don't you come and join us at the Wonky Tree for a Saturday. First of all, we've got to pump up a tyre because we've got a bit of a problem, I think. I'm about to go practice my pole vaulting with our flag outside, just getting into the Olympic spirit, you know. There we go. So we bought the flag a little while ago just to try and alert people to the fact that there's a bookshop here. So before we open up today, I'll give you a quick tour of the shop. So we've incorporated a new area in the middle of the shop. At the minute it's got our 3 for £25 offer on it and some environment books at the bottom, and the other side we tend to put our new hardback fiction books. And it's been really useful for sort of showcasing books a bit better and also giving us a little bit more storage as well. So the front of the shop is fiction and poetry over that side, and then we've got some gifty bits and bobs at the back which sort of have a bit of a bookish theme. So one of our most popular sections at the minute is crime, a mixture of sort of cosy crime, which is the crime without the blood and the guts, which we sell quite well, and also sort of the more normal sort of crime, which is lots of blood and guts. So we've sold this one quite a lot recently. This is In the Blink of an Eye, which just won the crime fiction prize, the Theakston Crime Peculiar prize, Theakston Peculiar Crime Prize even, which is better. Yeah, I've just read my first Leslie McAvoy book, which I really enjoyed too. And we're hoping that we might be able to get an event with Leslie at some point in the future. But people seem to like crime at the minute, but they all sort of like the problem is that we're always a bit stymied by space, so it's tricky to have a sort of try and curate a good selection, but obviously we can't have everything of everybody's because they're all written too much and we don't have the space. And then through into the back, straight opposite the doorway, we've got all our non-fiction. So starting off in the corner, sport, politics, current affairs, history, going into wellbeing and health, biography, travel, and then sort of local interesty books and maps and things. Don't know what you call this, so like a cake standy thing that we put our picture books on at the minute. That's probably changed that recently, but seems to be working okay at the minute. And then on this side it's all the children's books, so fiction, all ages, and non-fiction in the just in the cornery bit there. And then we've got a few sort of children's gifts as well in the shop, and then cards and wrapping paper as well in sort of both areas really. So that's about it, I think. Run a scheme called the Read card, which is for anyone that's in school, and basically you get a stamp for every book that you buy, and when your card is full you get a free book up to the value of £9. And this is James, and James has just filled his card. I think he's our first one, so James will be soon choosing his new book.
What are you going to get, James?
Congratulations.
Not sure yet.
Gonna have a think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to unbox the delivery. This is a great one, particularly with the Olympics at the minute. Book for children on all the different Olympic sports that are happening. Lots of facts and figures. Good fun. Thought this one might go in the window. So this is just our stock delivery for sort of restocking the shelves of things that we've sold. We don't always get a delivery on a Saturday, but sometimes we do, and today we did, and there'll be some customer orders in here as well, so we'll go through and check them all off and see what we've got. This is a new one that's out. I'll pass you over to Alan because he can tell you about that.
Well, according to David Hockney, the famous, very famous artist, it's really lovely. It's got his sort of, I suppose, observations over his many years. It's also got a lot of his paintings, and the observations are all really quite short. So, but they are. So this one particularly. So to go with this picture, Bradford was a dark city with black buildings from the coal. I left it in 1959 and never really went back. And it's just a whole series of pithy little observations. But being an artist, the observations are really astute. They're really well put, and it's just a really great little book to dip in and out of.
And now it's time to put it all back on the shelves.
Really is nice. It's a lovely thing to be able to catch up with, customers who you've really bonded with. You start to know really well.
We've had a couple of orders, people coming in to order books that they've either read about in the paper. We have a lot of customers that I think read papers and make lists of books, and then very kindly come and ask us to order them for them, which is great. We've had people coming in just asking about querying books, they've heard that something might be on its way and do we have any further information. Somebody that heard on the grapevine that we were about to stock local author David Gatwood's books, so that was very popular. We made her day apparently, which is always nice to think that you can make somebody's day. I reckon next is a trip to the baker's to get some buns.
It's bun day.
At the Wonky Tree we hold events with authors, and we've got one coming up next week with Dr. Natalie Corley, who is a psychotherapist and has written a very honest memoir of her training as a psychotherapist. Her book is called Just About Coping, and it's basically how all of us, even your psychotherapist, are only just about coping with everything that life throws at us. It's very honest. I think it's a great way to shine a light on mental health problems that lots of people suffer from, we're really looking forward to it. We wanted to get involved with doing events, really just to embrace the community of people here that are interested in sort of making that connection with authors. Really, I think that's something that independent bookshops do really well. It adds to the experience if you can actually meet the author of the book that you've bought and get to ask them questions and hear straight from the horse's mouth, as it were, about how they write and why they wrote the book they've written. And it's been a really good way for us to get to know our customers a little bit better as well, and it's something that we're hoping to do more of in the future.
Well, it was a really good day. It was loads of customers. It was a good, nice, sunny day, which is unusual for Leyburn, but it was lovely. We had some good crowds and some lovely dogs. And people came, they saw, they chose, and paid. So it's now just a couple of jobs to go do before we go. So we've got to get the flag in, get the sandwich board in, and then turn the lights off and go home.
And water the flowers. Leave me nothing to say, you bugger.